Hello, hello. Hello. Are you alright? Crikey, here we go. Right, it's blinking Monza, isn't it? I'm doing a little track guide for the GT3 Challenge in the Ferrari. So it's a fixed setup, which for a track like Monza is a bit of a bummer, really. Because while the setup is awesome, and I will repeat this, like particularly for the Ferrari, I haven't driven all the cars, but the default setup for the fixed setup races in the Ferrari is really, really nice. But occasionally you have situations where you have a track like Monza that has insanely long straights, and the wing angle and the car setup just means it physically cannot be as quick as it can be with the right setup, with less downforce, so you can really let the car fly down the straights. That being said, haven't done too badly. You can really feel the difference, particularly like coming through Lesmo 1 and 2, that kind of thing. Like some of the sort of, like especially the slower corners, you can really motor through those, but you just can't make up enough. So with that out the way, let's have a little look at what time I've got here. You're not going to be able to see this, but I'll throw this up here. Good evening, Stephen, and good evening, Stan Van Island. Hello, Ethan. I hope you guys are all doing well. So my best time here thus far, bearing in mind actually that the temperature for that particular session was pretty favourable. It was like about 42 degrees or something like that. A lot of the temperatures are around about kind of the 44, 45. I've seen it as high as 46, 47. But I would suggest it's probably going to be around about the sort of 44, 45 quite regularly this week. So it was reasonably favourable temperature wise, but I got my best as a 1:48.821, and I think the VRS lap time with the VRS setup, obviously not the default setup, is something like a 48.1, so I'm like 7/10 off. My optimal is a 1:48.5, so it's still off the lap time, so quite pleased with it. I did wonder whether it was possible to get under 1:49, but I've managed it a few times, so I'm quite happy with that. Hello, Jeff. So how did you get on with your race then, Stan? Let's have a look. P1 the whole race until I went into the pits. Oh, 40-second penalty in the pits. Unlucky, man. That sucks when that happens. So I figure what we'll do is I'm just going to drive around a little bit, and then I'll load my session. Load my replay from my actual example lap. Don't forget that you can download my ghost car, the ghost cars that you'll see in a bit when I load up to run through the guide. You just go onto the Discord, and then there's a setup and guides section in the Discord. You go in there and it'll be the last thing posted. You can download my lap files, load them up in your game, and the way you do that is quite straightforward. So you just grab the file that you want to use, you go to your iRacing folder, which is normally in my documents, iRacing, and then you want to go to the lap files folder. Hopefully you can see that there. Sorry if it's a little bit small. But you just go into lap files. The latest, I always like to do it by date. Whatever track that you're driving at the moment, it's always going to be at the top of the list that way. So as long as you've already loaded up a session and done a bit of driving, it will be there. So you just jump in that folder, and then in here, these are all my lap files, and also a lap file for VRS that I was practicing against earlier. You just drop it in here, and then you come into the options. you go to the actual options tab, and then up here where you've got your split time delta data, you click load, you find me here, Russell Barnes, that you'll find a best lap, a B lap. So it's the name of the car, .b lap, that is the best lap file. And there's also, that when you download it, you'll also get an O lap file, which is the optimal lap. I always practice against the optimal, even when it's just practicing against, you know, my own ghost car, because that's exactly what it is. It's the optimal, and you want to do it by sector. So every time you go through a sector gate, the car resets, the ghost car resets in front of you, or with you, and then you drive that sector. So you can sector by sector practice each tricky corner in those sectors, and also if you're yet to get up to speed, if you do it by lap, the ghost car just disappears into the distance. It's not any use anyway. So I will load up the VRS one here, just an example. So that's loaded in now. We're done. I jump in the car, and then down here we've got the various deltas that you can drive against. I've got the button assigned, I think it's like, might be left and right on the keyboard, or button combinations on the keyboard, but I always assign it to a button to make it easy so I can cycle through it. And you want to go, if you're loading up my ghost car, you want to go to comparison sector, and then you will see my lap data at the bottom. Let's get in the car. You'll see my lap data at the bottom, and then you can elect to turn on the reference car. Again, I assign this to a button on my wheel, but you can just use the mouse and just click it on, and then the ghost car will show up, but it will only show up every sector. So I'll just demonstrate that now while I sort of get a bit warmed up. Not sure if I'm going to have time for a race tonight. So as soon as I go through the first sector gate, the old ghost car should appear. Got cold tyres, so we'll take it easy. Let's get some data up for you. So we're coming up to the start of sector 2, I believe. There we go. There we are. Now, if you don't dabble with ghost cars normally, you will actually find that when the ghost car resets, it will start in the same place as you. So you'll start effectively in the car. And actually what you want to do is there's a option to tweak in the app ini file, so you can move the ghost car ahead of you. So it's like following a faster car as opposed to being in that car. That makes sense. Hey Rob, how's it going, man? Oh, cold tyres at the moment. So as you see, we're on a straight. That's the VRS car in front. On the straights, they just disappear. As you can see, in the corners, we're kicking its ass. How can you not at least respect Monza, Rob? At least respect it. I don't particularly love it. Oh, he gets to slow down immediately.
You'll need to slow down if you don't want a penalty.
Let's shed this. Try and shed the old slow down. Brake a little bit earlier. There's a couple of corners here that I never seem to be able to take the same way twice. Yeah, slowdowns here are absolute balls. They really suck. So easy to get one on the first corner and also in the first chicane. Down to Parabolica. Gotta be brave down here with Parabolica. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to Monza, to be fair. It's a couple of straight lines with a few wiggly bits, isn't it? It's not really... But it's iconic, isn't it? You can't get away from it.
You've just done a 151.37. You're currently 2.0 off your best.
Hey, Ben. Can get slowed down that time. The real secret to this track is turn 1, this chicane, and then Parabolica, really. The Lesmos are straightforward. It's this is the catch. It's knowing how far you can push those curbs and at what angle you can push them, because quite often the way the game, the way the simulator wants you, what am I trying to say? So quite often, if you can take a lot of curb, but if you take it at the wrong angle or at the wrong point of the curb, you get the slowdown. If you take it at a different point of the curb or a different angle, you don't get the slowdown.
Sector 2 is a 10th.
And I think a lot of it is sort of like figuring out those limits, basically, for a track like Monza anyway. So this is not going to be a stellar lap, but it's better than a kick in the arse. Bearing in mind that I'm on the default fixed setup, the car in front of me, the ghost car, is the VRS guide car. You actually, like, obviously here we are on the straight, the car in front is just disappearing. But in the slow corners we're pretty golden actually. Well, that was not good. Yeah, it's lining up that chicane is the real bugger. Got to be careful here, off-track central. And it's so important for Lesmo 2 to get on the gas a good portion before the apex. So it pays to brake that a little bit earlier. I think a lot of people want to brake at the 50 board, but they just can't get the car slowed down, so you end up being really late to the gas. But it's super important to get early on the gas there.
Good.
I forget the name of that section. My brain's gone blank. What's that section just called that I've just gone through? But you can eat so much curb there, it's ridiculous. And it doesn't damage the car either.
Your lap time was 149.36. That's a 10th off your best.
Yeah, I mean,
3 is a 10th off your best.
racing here this week, it's going to be chaos. Turn 1, lap 1, well, and lap 2. Surviving the first chicane is, yeah. It's almost worth starting from the back here, to be honest, and just weaving your way through the carnage. Everybody's a turn 1 hero here. That's as wide as you can go there. Yeah, the off-track limits are quite strange at Monza. It takes a while to get used to them. They're inconsistent at best.
Sector 2 time is okay.
And there goes the car again, like it's pulling away. We had a reasonably good exit there, but we just can't compete for setup. But we can compete in the corners. Right, so that's a little drive around there. I'm nearly into the 148s there.
1.16.
It's difficult to talk and drive. So what I'll do is I will load up the my track guide session and we'll have a little look at it. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to Spa actually. I must admit, Rob, I do like a bit of Spa. I like it. And it actually, it's quite nice in the GT3 Spa. Right, so before actually I load up that session, like I feel like not a lot of people or people that are new to iRacing won't know how you test sessions. So like say the week's already ticked over, but if it was Monday and Monza hadn't actually opened yet, like how do you go about practicing that in advance? And it's actually like really straightforward, but you know, it's not, iRacing doesn't telegraph it particularly well, but basically all you've got to do is go to the series that you want to look at, go to schedule, and then it will list down here every single week, every single race week with all the conditions already built in, and you can actually just click drive now and you can test drive, and that's how you get to use the ghost cars. You can only use the ghost cars in a test drive session, or you can actually create a hosted session if you want to drive with a few buddies or your teammates. It's really that easy, and it'll create the session as it would be in the race. So it's a really great way to practice, and it's really important to practice that way, especially for example this week at Monza where it's actually really hot. If you practice in the cool, it's not going to help you when you actually get out on the racetrack and it's like an extra like 10 degrees hotter. You're not going to be, you're not going to be practiced. So it's important to make sure you set up the session correctly, like when you do practice. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go to my replay for my example lap, and we'll run through it a couple of times, and I'll do my little breakdown. I might do a race today, Rob. Depends. I don't know how we are for timing and stuff. I haven't practiced in the VRS setup. I wouldn't fancy driving this track in the default. It's just too... you're just too disadvantaged. There's a few tracks like that where the default setup just kind of can't compete, Alrighty. Why are we seeing this twice? That's better. Right. So Let's go to my laps. Here it is.
2
It's this
litres remaining.
Let's go to the cockpit. So I'll just let it run. I'll just let it run through. So lap 12, it is. Just let it run through a couple of times and then I'll sort of break it down a little bit. We'll look at it from different angles as well, I reckon, this time. Yes, Stephen, you need to brake earlier in higher track temperatures, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's vital. And also, you want kind of braking a little bit differently as well. You're braking a bit lighter. There's no point up in the gear there, mate. Yeah, you need to brake a bit earlier. You need to be a little bit kinder because it's easier to kind of lose traction when it's hot. So we've got an early brake here, early gas. It's not even really that early, but I think people get too hung up on braking late on Lesmo 2, and you really want to brake a little bit earlier so you can really get this exit. Got a long bit straight here. You're going to make or break a lot of time, like 2/10 long here. Take a lot of curb there. Easy round here, and then a lot of curb here. Use all the exit there. And then Parabolica. Yeah, Parabolica, you got to be easy on the gas coming out. It's very easy for the back end to swing round a bit there. 11, Rob. That gives me some time to practice in the VRS set. I might do it. Right, let's go back and watch that one more time. And I'll do the breakdown in a minute and we'll stop it in places. This is default setup. This is default setup, Stan. So this is what you'd be driving in the GT3 Challenge or Ferrari Fixed if it's the same. Are you driving again then, Rob? How's the wrist? Alrighty. So 148.8 in the fixed setup. We'll break it down now. Oh, I'm glad it's feeling better, Rob. That's good news, man. We'll take it easy, man. Turn that force feedback down a bit. Hey, JNC Motorsport. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Right, so let's break it down. We're going to go nice and steady. I've change the brake bias. The only thing you can change on the default setup, I've knocked it back 1 notch towards the rear tires, so it's lower. It's actually like 49.7 or something like that. It's just 1 click back. That just helps the heavy braking zones like this. So we have started. So let's go back here. Here we go. This is better. So we've started braking just as we come to the 150 board. Now, bearing in mind that I've got a decent set of brakes where I can really get on the edge of the traction control kicking in, like ABS or whatever. So, you know, your mileage may vary. You might want to brake slightly differently, but like you could brake at the beginning of the start of the bush, for example, here. You know, but as your tires get warmer, if the temperature's more favourable, I normally get you know, next to the 150 board when I start braking. And we're all the way down into first gear here, and then with any chicane, it's exactly the same. The idea is you want to create a straighter line between the first apex and the second apex as you possibly can. Now, what that really demands you to do here is to cut off a good bit of this curb. The only problem with this curb is you get too far on the green stuff. If the center of your car goes across this white line, you are very much liable to get a slowdown here. So you want to try and keep off the green stuff. You can go over it a little bit, but we want to get ourselves as straight to that second apex as we can. So what I try and do is when I'm approaching you know, any chicane, is I try to ignore this apex as much as possible and focus on the second one. And that really helps to train my mind to get straight to this second apex, and that's the quickest way around the corner. Now, obviously, you got to be mindful of the first apex. You got to, you know, practice it and make sure you're coming at it at the right angle and at the right speed. It's not like you can ignore it entirely, but I've definitely try and force myself to think more about the second apex, because that's the one that you need to nail. You're sacrificing. You're always on any chicane. You're always sacrificing the exit from the first apex to maximize the second apex anyway. It's all about the second apex always. So that's what I try and do anyway, because it's actually quite easy to find yourself on a chicane driving all the way over to the right and then turning in, but all you're doing is making your life harder. You're slowing the car down more, you're traveling more meters. You know, psychologically it's very easy to fall into that trap of trying to create a really wide entry to the second apex, when really all you want to do is really make a beeline to it. So we want to, what I tend to do here, oh shit, what have I done? Fuck, sorry guys. Let's get back to the program here. Hang on. I pressed the wrong button. This is the problem with doing it live, isn't it? Right, sorry, we're back. I try and carry as much speed through the first apex as I can. Give it a little spurt of the gas midway. I probably overdid it a bit here, actually. I probably shouldn't have gone to 100%, maybe like 70% for a quick spurt. And then I nudge the brakes just a little bit when we're about to hit the second apex. Not really to slow down. You don't want it to slow you down, but really just to push the front of the car down, grip up those front tyres so they carry around the corner. I tend to use this yellow sausage curb on the left. It's probably bad practice to do that, to be honest. But I do find that it gets me around the corner. So that works for me. So yeah, as early on the gas as we can muster here. Little spurt on the brake, and then we're into the gas. I'm probably a little bit late on the gas there, to be honest. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves down to the second chicane. And this one is a little bit about bravery and knowing what you can get away with. So we're going to... I'm always looking at this orange marker on the end of the Armco here. And I'm braking just before it. So I'm literally just coming into the brakes as I'm coming at it. We're heavily into the brakes, but by the time we're alongside, and we're coming down to second here, and we're at full threshold braking. So we're braking as hard on the brake as we dare without getting the ABS to kick in. And we're down to second, and then about kind of midway along this little patch of curbing here, I'm starting my turn in. I'm watching this apex as we're approaching. I'm not watching this curb over here. But we want to sort of try and get it so that we can take a real kind of diagonal approach at it. If we take it too aggressively, so if we take too much of this end, we're gonna get that slowdown. We're gonna run into problems. You've got to be reasonably even across it, which I feel like I am here. But again, we're getting ourselves into a situation where on this first apex, we've got ourselves a nice straight line to that second apex. So you can actually be really quite aggressive here. Unlike the first chicane, the first apex on the first chicane, it's more forgiving. It's worth bearing in mind. So then we're about to hit this curb. We come out the gas and we can take a good chunk out of this red sausage. So we're basically just driving across this bloody thing. We're not really going around it. We're going across it. But you do have to be out of the gas. You don't want to be at 100% gas all the way across here. The car's going to get really unsettled. It's going to get jittery. It's going to get... It's already jumping around all over the place. But basically that has limited my... That means my steering angle on exit is very minimal. I'm just basically pretty much coming out straight. And that's what you want to do here. That's how you get through there quickly, or at least, you know, from my own experience. So we're coming down to Lesmo 1. There's a little patch of dirt here. I don't know if you can see it, like lighter coloured sort of dirt. It's also on the grass here as well. I kind of use that as my marker. Sometimes if you get a really good exit out of the second chicane, you can get yourself up to fourth gear. But quite often you probably just find yourself still in third. And this corner is a third gear corner. So we're going to start our braking here. We're not braking super heavily, and we're not braking heavily for long. So what we're doing is going up to about 60% for a kind of firm push on the brake, and then we're starting to lift out quite quickly. And if you noticed here, I really delay my turn down to third gear. We don't want to induce engine braking. We don't want to overslow the car unnecessarily. So I'm down to third, about on the apex, and then by the time we're hitting this little access path here on the right hand side, we want to be back in the gas, but we have to be in the gas super slowly. It doesn't look that slow there, but if I actually just play it at half speed, you'll see we're not, you know, that isn't a straight up line. That is gradually building the accelerator, mainly because the exit here is a bugger. You can't, like a whole bunch of corners here, you can use a lot of this green over track here. On this corner you can't. It's like this corner's like a FU corner. You need to not go any further than this. So we're about kind of, you know, we're about kind of here really. And also you know, you need to get yourself back over anyway. because we're running out of curb. So here, I've talked about this a couple of times, Lesmo 2. The temptation is to brake at 50, carry a shitload of speed, and get out the exit. You know, it feels like the corner should just spit you out, but actually it's a bit tighter than that. And also you need to get on the gas quickly to maximize the following straight, because it's a long straight and you're going to make or lose 2/10 easily, you know. So it's, you really want to focus on this corner. You can afford to have a slightly dodgy Lesmo 1 because there's hardly any track between the two, so you're not really going to lose a lot of extra time. But it's Lesmo 2 that you really do need to nail, and the old saying goes, slow in, fast out, and that's what we're going to do here. So I'm actually braking at what I like to call the 70 board, which is about right. So we've got the 100 board here, and then about 2/3 of the way to the 50 board, we're going to start braking. Again, we are not braking heavily. We're braking quite lightly, and we're trailing that brake in to the apex. So we brake just about the same as Lesbo 1, and then we are trailing out really quite quickly. And then I'm always looking at this little bit of green curb here, and I want to be able to attack the sort of back half of it, you know, coming this way, as I am. And I'm back on the gas well before we reach that curb, and that's super important to do that. But again, we're going to build it up pretty gradually. If you notice, while I'm actually on the curb, I'm at about 80-85% accelerator. If we're at 100% and we land, the back wheel is going to spin up. You're going to go wee, wee. It's going to spin up, and actually you're going to lose a lot of time doing that. It's quicker to be out the gas a bit, maintain that traction in the tires, and then push the accelerator once your car's balanced. You can use a little bit more of the green curbing here. I think you're about all right until kind of about this bit here, where this line, there's like a seam running down there, isn't there? I think we're about right there. But this bit here, if you don't get onto the track before the end of this bit here, it's not going to get you an off track. It's safe to use, but there's like a step jump here, and it's going to bounce the car a bit, and actually it can slow you down a little bit. It's done it to me a good few times, and it's annoying. So then we've got a really long flat out bit of gas. I can't remember the name of this section of track. It's really annoying me. I'm going to look now. It's really annoying me. What's it called? Someone help me out. Monza corner names. I know what it is. I'm just having like a mental block. Scari. Flip, of course it is. So we're approaching the Scari. Sorry guys. And again, much like the second chicane, the bridge is our friend here. In hotter temperatures, you're probably going to want to start your braking this side of the bridge. In cooler temperatures, you can go a little bit further. So I think I start braking just as we come to the orange end of the Armco, just before the access path here. That's where I am braking, and I'm braking quite heavily down into third gear. And initially I'm watching this little bit of curb on the right up ahead. So we kind of want to make the track as wide as we can, but we've got to watch this bit of grass. It's very easy to catch a tyre on here and just not make a scurry at all, just completely lose the car. So we're as far right as we can, but we don't really edge the car out that little last bit until we're on the curb here. And then as soon as I know that I'm not going to lose it on the grass, I'm then looking across to the first apex of a Ascari. And you can use so much. So again, much like the second chicane, you can really beeline this section here, and these sausages, unless you really get yourself on this side, in which case you're buggered anyway if you do that. It'll bounce the car, it will damage the car, you'll go skidding across the dirt trap. But you can actually use a heck of a lot of this. So I am really attacking the second half of this, and I'm all the way on my right hand tires are only just kind of like on the white line, and you just bounce down. Obviously, while you're jumping the car, you need to step out, you need to be stepping out of the gas anyway. And the temptation is, if you get a really good run through here, temptation now is just to put your foot down. But if you do, the car will continue to turn. You're pushing the car further around to the left. All the balance and weight in the car is over to the right at the moment. If you put your foot down too hard, it's just going to push you into that green wall on the left. So you have to really force yourself to stay out of the gas until the car's settled a little bit. So, and that's basically when you hit the floor. But what we've managed to do here is really open up the second apex. We've almost got our beeline to it, as we'd want to do for a chicane. I had a really good run here, so I didn't have to take, and the temperature was quite good, so I didn't have to take my foot off the gas. But actually, for the second apex, you might just want to just lift to like 80-90%, just a little bit. You want to be able to attack the right hand side here. You attack this part of the curb to open up the final left. But again, much like the first one, this sausage is not going to do anything to you. You don't even have to lift on this one. It's just bam, take it. But again, if you do get your tires over here, then you are going to you're just going to into the wall over there. So you got to be mindful of that. But we really on exit need to limit our turning angle, because again, the same as on entry for the first one, if we steer too much here, the car's just gonna, you're gonna lose traction in the rears, and the car's just gonna steer around in this direction, hit the wall on the left. How many times have you guys seen that happen? Happens so much. So we're limiting our steering angle, and we can use all of this green stuff here on the right. So that's exactly what we're going to do, so that we don't have to steer the car. And then we're down to the final corner. Parabolica. Now we've got this patch of green painted section here, and I tend to use the middle of it as my marker, which is actually just almost like a car's length beyond the 100 board. But again, hotter temperatures or cooler tyres, you're going to want to probably start just after the white line or around the white line. And we're coming down to third, but we're also moving slightly over towards the middle of the track. And the reason we're doing that is because we actually want to take quite a tight line on to the apex, and actually, because we want to, what we don't want to do is brake hard and steer, because obviously you lose the car, or you're going to scrub the tires. You know, you're not going to be driving well doing that. So I tend to point the car in a bit, you know, as I'm hitting the brakes, and braking a straight line to really initiate the start of the corner. And then as we get down to third gear, we're starting to come out of the brakes. We're really coming out of the brakes, but we're still on it. It's really hard to kind of gauge this, but it's basically by this viewing platform here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. By this viewing platform, we're out of the brakes and we're back into the gas. And if you watch that trace, if I just play it in slow motion, you'll notice that the brakes are coming down and then the accelerator's coming up pretty gradually. If you go too hard, the whole car is just going to come round. We're going to be pointing in onto that inside wall. You really have to build it up slowly. And it is that corner is a little bit of a battle of attrition. You have to practice it a lot to find the point where you can carry as much speed as you can without, you know, killing yourself. Basically, carry as much speed into it, get on the gas as soon as you can, build it up gradually, and that's when the ghost cars come in really handy. Actually, even if you're just practicing against your own ghost car, you luck in, get a really good exit. How did I do that? Let's go and, you know, look at it on the replay. Use your ghost car, follow it, figure out what it did well, and then you can do it again, can't you? Stam. Yeah, it's actually the breaking point for the pits. It's pretty straightforward, really. It's pretty much just before the line. So when I'm coming into the pits, I kind of use a combination of the dashed line and the white line ahead, and I'm pretty much just sort of braking in between the two. But yeah, it depends how well you get through Parabolica as well, really, doesn't it? If you have a really good Parabolica, obviously you're going to want to brake slightly earlier. But Monza's one of those tracks really where if you're in traffic and you want to pit, it's probably best to pipe up and say it on voice chat, or if you've got a button assigned to pitting or whatever, then it's good to use it because it's easy to get tangled up on the exit of Parabolica. And that's it. So I think what I'll do is I'll just I'll let it run one more time in like chase view, and then I might just get back in the car, load up a VRS setup that I've never used, and see whether I'm up for a race or not. I might not be. Here we go. I think this is the right lap. Probably lost about a tenth there on that exit, but in fact I know I did. I can see it on my splits. Yeah, I lost a tenth there, and then in sector 4 I lost a tenth, which was my entry into Ascari was a little bit slow. You've got to fight the urge to really put your foot down on the exit of Lesmo 2. It's more important to get on the gas early but light than it is to jump on the gas. You're gonna do better. Super important there to get that really gentle transition from brake to accelerator through here, and if you can time it so that you're carrying as much speed as you know you can safely, and you have a really easy transition from brake into gas, it's just smooth. You can barely feel a change of balance in the car, and that's really what you want for like a really quite fast and dangerous corner like that. It's got to be smooth. It's got to be so smooth. I mean, it can probably be done a good bit better than I've done it here, but I do feel like I kept the car well balanced, and that means that I'm getting the best traction from the wheels under acceleration on exit, and it really works. All right. Well, look, I hope that was useful or interesting or, you know, whatever. Hopefully someone got a little bit of something out of that. We'll go and go into a VRS. How long? Oh, we can't join a practice session yet, I don't think. No, we can't. So I'll just sorry, a race session. I'll just join a practice session for a little bit. I need to download the setup as well, actually. I'll do that off. I'll do that off stream, lest I get into trouble. VRS. Right, that's loading. Can't believe it's week 10 already. Crumbs. That's what I want. I want that. I need to practice qualifying. I haven't done any qualifying practice at all. It's very naughty. iRacing. Setups. Ferrari. No worries, Stephen. Glad. Yeah. Good luck, man. Good luck with it. And give us a shout. You know, drop us a message or whatever. If you need anything or. I am generally around. Come on, load up already. It's painful, isn't it? Alrighty. So I'm going to do some practice. I'm actually going to do like the VRS setup and do a bit of practice. Just do a bit in the race setup and then do some quali practice. What's the track temperature?
The track temperature is now 45 Celsius. Pit exit's clear. The leader's just done a 151.92.
I see you're doing all right, Stephen. You're doing all right, mate. It's pretty cool. You'll get it. Oh, this feels weird. I'm gonna set it to my best lap, actually. Oh, I missed my braking point. Oh, such a noob. No, don't crash, don't crash. No, I've crashed.
New fastest lap for Scott, 149.85.
I'm an idiot. Right. 149.4.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
Right, let's concentrate this time. Oh, I love VRS setups. They're really good. And I actually think they're worth the money. But they're just not as fun to drive. They're not as active. They're not as, like, exciting. It's just like a little bit of the joy's been taken out of the car.
There's an incident in Lesmo 1.
Try and focus up. So this delta
Just
bar you
on
can see is my
148.8.
best lap in the default setup, not in the VRS one that I'm in now.
There's an incident in Mascari.
Yeah, it's much trickier. So there's less downforce here, so all the corners are just a little bit hairier. Oh, that's interesting, Stephen. I've never actually tried the Apex ones. Might give him a look.
Sorry, man. I'm changing my brakes. No problem.
Oh, he nearly lost it there, didn't he? So a classic example there. Guy tried to brake really late. Didn't help him. Nothing I can do here though. Nowhere to go. Save some fuel. Oh, he missed that. Please don't kill me. Thanks. Came in way too hot there. Can't get the car turned. Way too hot. The brakes are actually quite different. Just going to knock the brake bias back a wee bit. Slow down. Oh yeah, Stan, the Porsche. It's exciting, isn't it? I've already ordered the new paint. I've ordered a paint for it already. On the assumption that I'm probably going to give it a good old drive. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do actually with... I'm assuming in IMSA they're going to add it to the roster. For the GT3 cars, I don't know. I'm kind of just guessing that that's going to be their intention. So there's 3 GT3s on the table. Oh, I really missed that. I'm struggling with these brakes actually. Probably quicker. I'm quicker in my setup.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing there, man?
Alright, Tim.
Incident in Variante della Roggia. It looks like Pinto.
It's a memory thing, it's a system thing. For the longest time they've said, oh, we're not going to up the car limit to 8 in iRacing because there's obviously a lot of people that play on older hardware, and putting in extra cars puts extra strain on particularly memory usage. You end up using a lot more memory. So people with dodgy rigs get screwed over. And then while their computers are being screwy, they're also screwing over everybody else by crashing into them, right? But they reckon that they can do it now. So, I mean, they did change the requirements a little while back to 16 gigs of RAM for iRacing, so that's probably got something to do with it. But I'm assuming they're going to test the water with 8 cars in
that puts you 1.4 seconds off the
special
lead
events,
space.
so they'll test it in. Hang on. So they'll test it in the 6 hour coming up. What is the 6 hour coming up? My mind's gone blank. And then if all goes well, I'm guessing they're just going to introduce it into the normal schedule. Oh, it's going to take me a while to get used to this setup. It's very loose. Half tempted just to drop the wing on the.
You've just done a 150.11.
On the default setup for this. Yet to have a good lap.
Incident in Ascari.
That was close.
1:36. Good lap. That's your quickest today. You're now 1.1 seconds off the pace. That was 1:49.56. Car right, clear right. Left side.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Stephen. I think it might be
Still there.
Watkins,
An
yeah.
incident in. Lesmo 1, clear left.
Is it Watkins? Yeah, it might be. Can't concentrate. Ugh. I wonder what'll happen if I just took a bit of wing out. Let's just take a bit of wing out of the default one. Let's give that a try. Just humour me. iRacing setups. Medium downforce sprint. Okay. This is very unscientific, FYI. A little bit more toe in. And then a little bit less caster. But more camber. More camber. See if that flies. Too low. Let's give that a try. Just for fun.
Retake 6 clear, don't cross the white line.
Oh, we've got to the race. 20 minutes. Smooth that brake bias again. Car's fine, car's fine. Cold tyres, cold tyres. No. No, Stan, no, I don't do that, mate. No, it's just I like it a little bit lower than what it is on the default. If I'm driving F3, then I move the brake bias quite a lot in the race. Just because you need to. As the tyres go off, you need to sort of edge it forwards every kind of 5 or 6 laps. Well, I tried the VRS setup and it's going to take me a while to get used to it, to be honest. So what I've done is I've taken the default setup, Rob, and I've just changed a couple of bits just to see whether or not I can get anywhere near.
Was I suggest the same thing to you, Jim?
Anywhere near where I need to be, and I don't know if I can, but I'll race it anyway. But
you
yeah, it's not
overtake me.
working.
and then you go right in front of me and then brake, what do you think's going to happen, mate? I want you to use your brain and tell me.
You tell him, Justin. I think. Don't really know who he'd side with. Right. Let's go into the actual race session. And I'll have another go with the VRS setup. I'm not feeling uber confident, to be fair. It's going to be a crash and burn whatever we do anyway, just because it's bloody Monza, isn't it? Why is it offering me a solo race? Here we go. There's not many people registered. How did your practice go, Rob? This is dumb doing this, by the way. I don't know why I'm doing this. Right, sensible me would not be entering this race. I might just kind of do a leisurely start at the back thing. Fair enough, mate. Well, if you're not feeling it, don't push it. So that's good. Do you know what? That's some of the most fun I have on iRacing is just like lapping. Does that make me weird? I get a lot of pleasure from practicing. I don't know why. I just do. What I might do I might just knock the wing back one and just see what happens. Right, how long have we got? 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes to stick about for a bit.
Your exit looks clear. There's an incident in Varianti della Roggia.
What? So this is basically the default setup. I've just knocked the wing down one. I very much doubt it's going to do enough. But if I can get a half decent lap in, we'll be able to tell.
The leader has just done a 1:55.29.
There you go, he put his foot down too hard on exit there. That's what's going to happen. Hold tyres. Derek. definitely quicker. And it's only going up now because I had a tow on a previous sector. Sector 2 was slow. I reckon I could probably work with this. Certainly not going to be fast, but for a VRS race anyway.
Thank you.
V6. There's an incident in Varianti del Rettifiglio.
Well, that's what that's called. In theory, I should be able to beat that. I should be able to get to a 1:485, but I doubt I will. It's a bit hotter as well. Probably going to get murdered or kill myself on the first lap anyway, so I'm not going to get too excited. Oh, it's a 1:49 flat.
P4, you're currently 0.37 off the pace. That lap was a
Not bad for near default setup.
1:49.00. Incident in Varianti del Rettifiglio.
Must remember I need to move my braking markers slightly further forward because I've got an extra bit of gas and a little bit less downforce.
The leader's just done a 1:48.59.
Off track. I had a tow along here earlier. Yeah, I mean that's VRS, and there's always one or two people that are beating VRS times. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in our split. Oh, I tell you what, it's making Parabolica hard, though.
1:49.04.
I need to.
Nice retry, man. Nice retry. You did
Need to brake a little bit
Right.
sooner for power locker, I think. Right, race starts in 10 minutes. 10 minutes!
Sector 3 is 2.2 off the pace.
That would have been a good lap. It's annoying. Carry a lot more speed through there. Have a look at against VRS. So the Delta is now VRS.
You're 2/10 off the pace in Sector 2.
Just see what we can do there. Yeah, I've got to be really careful around Parabolica, it seems. This is going to be slow.
You're currently 1.1 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.34 off the pace.
Yeah, we're still slower in a straight line. Just not as much slower.
There's an incident in Varianti della Roggia. Sector 1 is 0.28 off the pace.
Came at it from the right angle.
You need to slow down, give back some time.
Five minutes. What's the track temperature?
Repeat, please. There's an incident in Curva Parabolica.
What's the track temperature?
The track temp is now 41 Celsius.
Actually quite good now.
6th place. Your last lap time was at 150.71. You're a 10th off the pace in Sector 3.
I'm just cocking up now. We'll get there.
The guy behind has just done a 149.01.
looks to be you. It's going to happen to be in the race now, as I've said that. Yeah, I have to go extra easy. I need to remember that. Look at that. That's a whole 10th on VRS. Take that, VRS.
That lap was at 149.18.
Oh, can I get a mic check, please?
Yeah, I think I have, Stephen.
Check.
Check, check.
Check.
Thank you.
This might be an alright lap. If I can make it to the end.
Eloy haciendo amigos.
Okay, Russell, you've used half your fuel.
That's what
Hola,
happens when you take a little
hola.
bit too much sausage. God damn it.
Una cerveza, por favor.
Sí, señor.
Un bocadillo.
Una cerveza, una porro. ¿Eh?
So practice pit entry while I'm here.
Bocadillo de tortilla.
Box in for
That was
3,
on the edge.
2, 1. Box now.
That was very much on the edge. Alright. Oh, I might as well just whack the... Is there any point? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take some fuel out of this one, I think. Just take some fuel out of this. Not sure if there's any point in qualifying. What I don't want to do is start the race mid-pack and be right in the kill zone. Like, accidents ahead, people crashing me from behind. Ugh. Actually know how much fuel I need. I'll just have too much, that'll do. That's a good turnout. A popular track though, isn't it?
There's traffic behind. Keep your wits about you.
Oh really? Ah, cool. Oh, here we go. We're on. This is going to be messy. Right, race the clock. In an untested setup. Oh, really? Wow. They're all sat in front of their computers, feverishly typing away, figuring this stuff out. This is what we expect from you, Rob, as team captain of your racing team, to make these kind of calls for pit strategy. It's part of your job description now. Come on, loady, load. So I think what I might do, I might just not qualify. Oh no, hang on, I'm car 11.
All clear on pit exit.
I think I'm in top split. Guys, 8.6k in the Audi. Quite a good turnout for Ferraris though. I caught the back. Oh, I got over that. Had a wheel go on the grass on entry there. Really got away with that. I'm not qualifying. I'm going to drive around leisurely. Leisurely like.
Pit exit looks clear. Okay, Russell, we've got 2 laps to set a decent time.
Way down. I thought Daniel would be a bit quicker than that, but I guess it's his first lap. Hardly anybody's qualified. Pretty sure it's top split, Stan. Let's hope a bunch of people still qualify. Quite a lot of people in this split, actually. Yeah, we've got like an 8.6k, we've got like a 7k, 6k. Yeah, exactly, Rob. If it's second split, we're all in trouble. It's a bit loose now on my setup, but I think we've evened the balance a little bit on the cornering and the straights. The only problem area at the moment really is Parabolica, but I think I've got it now.
That's the end of the session. P23.
Right, let's do this. Let's make sure I've actually got fuel. Can't remember if I have. It has. Right, last to not last is the challenge. I'm actually not quite last either. A lot of people electing not to qualify. I'm not alone. Thank you, Rob. We'll see how long we survive. Probably not long. Try and not ruin my safety rating. So if we can get anywhere near the mid-pack, we're doing all right. Those top 3 guys at least are off. So I'm car number 11, so I need to come basically 11th. If I can. Got a Team Redline car in front. Don't recognise the name though. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Rob. Let's do this. So I am on the default setup, but I've lowered the wing 1 to help with my straight line speed just a wee bit.
40 minutes. The track temp is 44 Celsius.
40 minutes. I need a wee. This is not good. We bursting all the way through the race. Why am I the only Audi? There's like 3 Audis at least.
Stay behind Bello in the left lane.
Let's go! I recognise Jonas Seeger behind me. See him a lot. Why are we having to bash the brakes?
Så var det Samuel that was kind of brake checking in well.
You need to catch up to the guy ahead.
It's not a good sign, is it? Not a good sign.
Okay, Russell, are you ready? Watch for the lights. Go.
I hate it when people dick around on the rolling start.
On your left. Still there. Clear left. Left side. Still there. Hold your line.
Holy shit, we made it through.
Still there.
How civilized was that compared to the
He's still there.
pace lap?
He's still there. Still there.
Don't try and bully me, mate.
Still there. Clear left. Car left. Clear left. Car left.
Oh, he's
Still
really
there.
pushing, isn't he?
Hold your line. Hold your line.
Oh, he's got it. I had a really
Still
bad
there.
exit there. That was unfortunate.
He's still there. Left side. Hold your line. clear left.
That was annoying, but not a lot I could do about that. Once that one car went, there was no room for me to pull over to block this guy. Oh well.
Jawohl, danke.
Come on!
Car right, clear right. There's an incident in
Fuck!
Variante del Rettifilo. Looks like it's Thomas.
What the hell happened there, man? Oops, he's got a sign. I don't know what happened there. We were going through quite fine and then he just planted on the brakes.
Car left, clear left.
Digga, was soll das denn, ey?
Car right, clear right.
Anyone see why he did that? I didn't see anything ahead.
Incident in Lesmo 1. You think it might be Delgado?
Well, the car actually feels alright. We're probably seriously compromised in terms of straight line speed, but the car's not bent. At least. Lost 4 places there. Fuck! Oh shit, oh shit.
Yellow flag, watch out. Clear right. Nice one, Russell. Nice move, mate.
Little bit Days of Thunder there, but we made it. Oh shit.
Yellow flag, caution. I think P6 has been
No way,
in
no
Variante
way.
del Rettifilo.
You are very idiot, stupid
Very idiot. I might have lost a little bit of downforce at the front. Actually, it was quite hard to get the car turned around that second apex. Come on, Russ. That was no way was that a bloody slowdown. Oh, I hate my life.
Igor, you are fucking idiot. Testa di minchia, porco dio.
The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 0. 5-0.
It's a good question. How
On your
indeed
right.
did they
Right
crash
side's
on the
clear.
straight?
Come on, Russell. Don't let him get away.
Right. Come on, Russ.
Ma very sorry God, ma very sorry. Colombo, bastardo.
Let's go for real. I love Monza.
Igor,
Oh,
go play to Mario Kart veramente, Dio santo.
hate the racing here. I like the driving, hate the racing. Forgot about that.
It's two laps, Igor, 2 laps.
Shut up! Yeah, I mean, I've got a draft on a car in front, and my Delta is still telling me that I'm slowing down, so I think it's safe to say that the car's a little bit buggered. Let's see what it says down this straight, actually.
V21.
Oh, nice one, Skullball.
Paso, José.
Well done, man. That's awesome.
All right, Russell, keep piling on the pressure.
What conditions were those, man? Yeah, I've got nothing. I've got nothing in the car here, look. Had a better exit than him. Ah. Oh well. Never mind. We'll have fun regardless. Whoa, blocky, blocky. Alright, Stan, good to see you, mate. Cheers, buddy. Have a good one. It is, mate, yeah. I need to get past these two. Yeah, it is, Stephen. Oh, this is painful.
There's an incident in Variante del Rettifiglio. Car right. Right side's clear.
My poor car.
Car left. Clear left. Right side. He's still
Look at that, look.
Right side's
He's
clear.
off. There's no way. Yeah. Well, I had a bash on the front and a bash on the back.
Okay, Russell, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
What I need to be able to do is really plant it in the corners because I can't. This guy's braking really early. Hey Skullball, yeah I am. I'm really looking forward to it, mate. I've got a paint on the way already. I'm that excited. I've got a paint in the works.
Car right. Hold your line. Clear right.
Hey Jack, how's it going, man? Got a heavily damaged motor here. Thanks, man. Happy birthday to you today. Is it today, mate? I think the odds of that being the case, Rob, are pretty slim. Ah, off tracks. Oh, he's loose, he's loose. It's good, he's panicking a bit. Right, I need a little bit of breathing room between me and him for Ascari, I reckon. Happy birthday, man. How old are you now? Like 19, 20? They are, Rob. They are open. Skullball, yeah, I'm a fan of the Porsche, fan of the Ferrari, particularly. Drive Ferrari all the time. But a snip of a lad. I'm not going to be able to get past this guy at this rate. I need to though. I'm quicker than him, but the straight line shit's killing me. My poor motor. Good question, Rob. Woohoo! That was a wee bit sideways.
P17. Incident in Varianti del Rettifilio.
Sorry, what were you soloing, Rob, when you injured your hand? Wow, I had to bloody put the anchors on there. Jesus.
Send it already.
I'd like to, Jim. I'd like to, but I've got nothing in a straight line, mate. I need him to make a mistake. This is a really horrible position to be in, actually. I think Samuel's out of my draft, but he'll probably catch me on the front straight again. How's my fuel?
Just a minute. Should be about 12 minutes of fuel remaining.
Oh, I might just get early.
Litres per lap. We estimate we're going to need to add 26 litres to get to the end.
Not being able to brake where I need to brake is really costing me a lot of time. Oh, it's the Ferrari Auto Blitz, man. It's auto car assist, I believe. I've got the I've got everything other than stalling the car off in terms of assists. Alex is going to overtake. We're quite close to some cars, so it would be nice. I think I'm just going to pit early. All this extra braking we're doing here, coming into corners. I mean, yes, he's giving me a tow, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to take it in. Getting too annoying.
Car left. Okay, Russell, there's a car exiting the pits. Heads up. Clear left. Box in. 5, 4.
Just go over that.
3, 2, 1. Box now.
16 seconds of repairs.
There's a car approaching. Stay behind the white line. The gap in front is increasing. It's now 1.3.
Car number 5 behind me. He obviously got taken out in a big way.
Alright Russell, we're at the halfway point. Fuel will be tight. We think you'll get to the end, but we're not sure.
Oh, don't start with that, Jim. I can't be doing with that, mate.
E22.
It's the apex by a mile there. Oh, this guy's already pitted. He might have to pit again, actually.
Left side. Hold your line. Clear left. Good stuff. Keep it coming. There's a car leaving the pits. V21.
Good. "11 seconds to next car," but I think the pit should fix that. Hopefully we're not going to be lonely for that long. Indeed.
Come on, don't make it easy for him. Make him go the long way around.
Cheers, Rob. Just need to get him out of my draft now. Do some solid laps, some solid, nice laps for a little while. As nice as I can have them with a car like this.
Okay, Russell, there's a car exiting the pits. Heads up.
Not sure that I've made any time on the car in front.
V20.
Oh, this is going to be tight.
On your right. Still there. Still there. Still there. He's still there.
Straight line speed.
Still
Problems.
there. Right side's clear. Car right. Still there. Clear right.
What's he doing? What's this guy doing out of the exits?
Clear right.
So slow on the corners.
Left side.
This guy's just going to keep coming.
Still there. Clear left. Come on, don't let him get away. Car
Oh,
left.
it's just such a busted car.
Still there. Clear left.
Horrible race. I don't want to start this again. But the guy's got no downforce because he was so bad in the corners.
Car right. Clear right.
Hey Johnny Racing, thanks buddy, appreciate that.
Okay, Russell, stay close.
Ooh,
Wait for him to make a
big mistake from
On
the
your
back of
right.
there.
Clear right.
Terrible exit. Hey, Richard BT. Yeah, man, I know what you mean. Yeah, man. I'm so frustrated. This is actually really annoying me. I wish I had a car.
The other man, stay on it. 14th.
I would like to have a car that isn't fudged. Nick's going to give me definite problems. Can't even put my foot down.
That's check out another.
Good guy. I'm having to brake really early and really hard.
Left side. He's still there.
What?
Good pass. Eyes front.
Good pass. Good pass. What happened there? I'm confused. Yeah, the Merc's really slow in the corners, fast in the straights. I don't know what happened there. I thought we were clear.
There's an incident in Variante del Rettifilio.
Oh Lord, this is a nightmare. Oh, my poor safety rating. And somehow I'm still 7 positions up. I mean, like, what the hell? Was that the guy apologising? Was that him or?
Pro is reeling you in. The gap's now. Car right. Clear right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I left him plenty of room, but I don't know. It's really hard to tell without. You need to watch it, you know, from the third person, don't you, to really understand it. Oh, what a ball ache. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Rob.
P16.
Guy behind's closing me down as well. Poor car. How long's left?
7 minutes remaining.
Thank you, camera.
How's my fuel?
Stand by. We estimate 10 minutes of fuel remaining. 3.6 litres per lap.
Yeah, Matt's gonna get me. Assuming he hasn't murdered his car. Terrible. I wonder if I've got anything to catch Jose.
Alright, Russell, don't let this guy distract you.
Thank you.
Nope. Damn it, that's another position gone. 17th. Oh my lord. Just gonna let him go. There's nothing I can do to stop him. It's
You're right.
pointless.
Still there. Right
Didn't even
side's
have to
clear.
let him go. He just went. Oh, it's a Luxem car. Who's driving? Oh, it's Macro. Hello, Macro. Luxem. Matt obviously got taken out earlier. We're far from home at the moment.
Don't wait too long. Find that gap. B17.
Thank you, Riot.
Fuck my life. Alrighty. Must be only another lap or two left now. My tyres are God. Woof.
The gap to Pro ahead is increasing. It's now 1.7 seconds.
Lap times. Ouch.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. Okay, Russell, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
White flag! Oh, I'm waving the white flag. I don't know about the race. I give up!
Last lap. Very little fuel left. Okay, Russell, the next car is Pro.
Oh, there's some action up ahead.
2 minutes to go.
I think
2
Matt Crow
minutes.
might get it. He might get it. He's got it, I think. Oh,
Incident in cover
Oh,
Parabolica.
dear.
Looks like it's Thomas.
oh dear. There's been a murder, I think. God, he got another one as well. Did he get another one as well? He might have got another one. Zero IQ
16th
send.
place. Okay, that's the end. Good finish, mate. Well done.
I've got enough off tracks, thank
What the
you.
fuck?
Right, get off the course before someone drives into me. Right, let's have a quick look at that. Let's have a little look at that quick. I want to see that again. I want to go from about here, I think. Oh, really? That's interesting. Same corner as well. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. Right. Let's go back to that one quickly, and then we'll come back to Matt for the finish. So this is the guy I had contact with. Well, that's almost like the same as our contact, only in reverse, by the looks of it. Because he ends up going around as well, doesn't he? And he get hit on the outside, come around the corner. And then he got absolutely murdered. Right, Matt, did you make it or not? Just tie up through here, wasn't it? This is action. He made that pass. I don't think he did it. He didn't do it. But it was damn close. Anywho, I want to have a look at my incident from... Where am I? That's a terrible race. I'm quite ashamed. Right, let's have a look. Where was that dodgy lap that I had? Here we go. Here it is. So, oh, hang on. What lap is this? 15? No, it's lap 16. Right. Okay, you guys see that, right? So I definitely had him under the brakes. I made the corner. Made the corner. On the apex. Yeah, he took me out. Yeah, he took me out. What a fucker. He drove into me. I did not deviate from that. I was literally on the apex the whole time. Sorry, I say apex. On the inside curb the whole time there. I made that clean. He would have got me back on the straight, but... Yeah, he just drove into me. What a shit. Let's watch it back. Full speed. So I think I had a reasonable or a better exit than him out of here. Yeah. Well, look, I wondered what happened. I thought, well, I was confident that I hadn't done anything wrong, so I'm quite glad that, you know, that I didn't technically do anything wrong. It was a clean pass. I mean, the problem is, the reason why my car popped out here, it's because he already hit me. He hit me there, and it pointed my car out, so I couldn't steer right at this point. There was nothing I could do. I was like... I should have taken my foot off the gas a bit more than I did, I think. Might have made it. Anywho, let's go and see what pile of shit that's done to my iRating and safety rating. Who was that guy? I've forgotten his name. Samuel Thomas. Let's bear it in mind. What sort of race did he have? Not good. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I agree. What can you do, eh? That's a terrible race. Okay. Oh my god, I actually gained iRating somehow. That's just bizarre. So someone, one of the really top dogs must have crashed out. No. Well, that's really weird. Did they finish? Yeah, all the high iRating people finished. I was bottom third. Actually, no, I was about half. I was about halfway up the grid at the finish. Oh well. I lost some iRating though. That's quite painful. Sorry, safety rating. A good bit of safety rating as well. So those contacts. Oh well. Right guys, that was, I want to say that was fun. I was having fun and then I wasn't having fun. But I will be back maybe in a couple of days to do some other actually fun stuff. Might even have another go at this, who knows. So thanks for watching folks. Hope you have a really good week of racing here at Monza. Don't take any notice of my racing, just remember the track guide stuff. Forget all that other stuff that happened afterwards. Awesome. Okay. Alright guys, have a good one. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.